Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today, I'm going to be listening to the Pilgrim. This song is purely being listened to because everyone in the comments of the last one kept mentioning the leitmotif from that one being used for Snow White. So I'm just like, okay, I need to at least hear where this motif comes from. And here we are at the source. Also, want to say this, I am aware that Boomsday is out. I saw that, but I wanted to listen to this one first. So I don't want to see any comments recommending Boomsday because that'll probably be the next one I get to from NIKKE. So either way, and with that said, let's go. Again, another song that starts immediately. Kind of get thrown off a little bit when they don't like ease me into it. Takes me a second to get my bearings. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I love this sound. I want to say that that's Russian. I could be wrong there, but it definitely sounds Slavic. This sound, though, kind of feels more Nordic, so maybe North Russian, which I guess would make sense for all the ice. This sounds really cool. I love this sound. In general, like, this musical tone has always had a special place in my heart. I love the way it pulses. I've heard a lot of songs being written in 3/4 recently. I think that's just a coincidence on my part, but I've been noticing it a lot with a lot of different songs and a lot of different games. Obviously, it's a very common and popular time signature, but feels like a lot. I suppose that's why I've always liked this style of music, though. It fits so much in, and it's just so beautiful. It has that pulsing danciness. Then obviously I'm hearing this motif in here too. Now hearing it in this context, it fits a little bit better, actually. Makes more sense. So sorry that cut away so suddenly. I didn't actually expect the song to end, so my brain kind of went on autopilot and was like trying to find out why. I suppose the song is just kind of designed that way and fades out in this specific video. And of course I can hear that leitmotif in there, like I mentioned, this one being on the guitar rather than the piano like the other one was. But this makes a lot more sense in context, hearing it in this one. It definitely has a little bit more energy to it. I wouldn't say it's more upbeat necessarily, but a little bit more of a purpose to it. There's a journey, there's a discovery to be found, compared to the other one, which felt more like you were very disappointed with the discovery you made, which I suppose in the context of that song kind of does make sense as well. A little bit of that longing and that remorse of the situation. but this one had a lot of the things I love about this part of the world, this music. There's a lot of portions of Northern Europe and especially Northern Russia, of course, that have this sound to them. And this very pulsing, driving, almost warlike, like battalion sound to them that feels like you're walking in a giant crowd of people that are all going off to war. There's just something about the way that they write that feels so driving, and it's just brilliant to hear it, especially with all those backing vocals assisting the singer in this song. It just pumps up that energy a little bit more. You feel like you're in a bigger crowd of people, and this song just really doesn't make you feel alone compared to Dear Snow White, which strips all of that down and makes you feel that loneliness. So that's just a brilliant usage of a leitmotif. I really like that they decided to do that with this character. I suppose you could probably categorize this as like a Slavic or Siberian folk sound, and something like this would have totally fit in that category of music. So I think that's exactly where they were borrowing that inspiration when writing it. And the instrument being predominantly used throughout this is either a frula or a svarl. I'm not sure. I think the frula is more used in the Balkan territory, but it's like, I can't quite tell, but I loves me some flute, if that wasn't clear. And I think it's kind of weird how much I know about flutes around the world, but I think it's just because I love the sound of flutes. While not being a flute player myself, I'm not a flautist in any way, shape, or form. I just love the way that their tone really resonates, and that's the only reason why I picked up on that. I'm not sure here, because like these flutes are very similar to the recorder flute, which is just a similar instrument in a lot of ways, and that's just what we call it here. But there's a similar flute in basically every country and every grouping of countries around the world. But the sound is just so resonant, and if you play them well, you can really make them sing. So just hearing that sound is really fun to me, because I always love me a good flute, and then being able to like localize where it's from roughly on a map has always just been really fun for me. This sound is just so clean. I love the way it is. I love everything around this track. I'm glad I listened to this one now, coming off of Dear Snow White, because I was honestly expecting a completely different sound out of this song. Knowing that the leitmotif was borrowed from it, I almost expected to hear a softer song with a piano doing basically the same general melody, but I got something completely different, and I'm really happy about that. I love seeing these experiments and the ways that music gets transformed and borrowed and put into new context. So this is a really fun song for me to have heard. I'm glad I'm here. But I think that's about all I'm going to say for this one. So if you enjoyed hearing me yap about this and you want to hear me yap about more songs, there will always be more uploads to this channel. So if you want to see those, leave a comment down below and I will see what I can get to over time. And if you like this video and you want to see more of that, you want to follow me and support me, you know how to do all that. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!